Can like the students please comment on the chat that they are able to hear me fine? Allow me 1 minute so that I can just set up some things. Okay, let me just share my screen as well. Hopefully everybody is able to see my screen. Everybody is able to see my screen. Can you just write on the chat that you're able to see my screen? Okay, let's start. So hi all. So my name is Pranav, and so I welcome you today towards this masterclass of the Microsoft SDE roadmap and using the AI tools to succeed. So in this roadmap, we will be discussing firstly around the like you can say that the interview experiences around Microsoft, the hiring process at Microsoft. Okay. Then we will also discuss, we will give a good emphasis to using AI tools to succeed. We will also discuss the pros and the cons as well. Nowadays there has been a lot of cons as well, or disadvantages as well, so using them, so we will also discuss them, because we want that like I want that the audience should be aware about both the pros and the cons, so that any misuse of you can say these tools can be avoided to a larger extent. Firstly is that. Secondly, we will also discuss like you can say the your preparation strategy, as well as you can say that the interview experiences of Microsoft and variety of other things. Okay, so uh, let's start. So a bit about me. So hi, my name is Pranav, and currently like I work for Oracle as an SD3. And prior to working with Oracle, I was employed with Microsoft as an SD2 for 2 years. And then prior to that, I was earlier also with Oracle as an SD2. And prior to Oracle, I had worked with PayPal and other companies. Okay. In total, I have around 6 years of experience now. And yeah, it's been a very good journey so far. So in this journey, I have been very fortunate that I was kind of I have my early associations with coding ninjas. So earlier I was I was very fortunate in 2016. I got to attend the in-person training that coding ninjas used to give in you can say that your in Delhi campus. So I was you can say that I was mentored and guided by Nidhi Agarwal ma'am, who taught Java and data structures, and Ankush Singla sir, who laid the foundation for problem solving and other things. After completing my course, I was kind of I started working with coding ninjas in a part-time manner, because I was a student, right? So in a part-time manner only we can work. So I became a TA, and then successfully like I was like working with them as a mentor. So since today I am associated with coding ninjas. So yeah, it's been a fruitful association for me. It's a two-way relationship. Yeah, so you also kind of get to you can say that learn a lot and interact with a lot of people, guide them, mentor them, and nurture them. So that is the whole thing, right? So that is my introduction. Apart from that, I have my LinkedIn as well, so you can contact me over there as well on my LinkedIn. So I'll share at the end with all of you who wants to connect with me, they can, right? So with that, let's begin the masterclass. But let me ask you something. So do you really want to break into full stack development, land a high paying job, or get that well deserved promotion, or are you just procrastinating? So before we move forward, be honest with yourself. How much time are you willing to spend figuring things out on your own? Just think of this, like how much time are you willing to spend figuring things out of your own? It can be 1 hour, it can be 2 hours, it can be one day, it can be one week, it can be one month. For me, it was kind of 1 year. To be honest, I was kind of in the dilemma that I need to figure out things on my own. So for that, I had contacted my seniors, college seniors, my college colleagues, and my professors as well. They all guided me, fortunately, in a separate direction. My college professors used to say that you can do masters and get a well paying job. My college seniors were also saying the same, that you get a master's, or not getting a master's, you can just do other stuff as well. You can just do data analysis, right? Data analysis would be the future. Do full stack development. Full stack is a evergreen job. Do machine learning. So everybody kind of guided me in some other direction, right? So basically, now let's talk about the larger picture, or the bigger picture. So the demand for full stack developers, as we know, is skyrocketing. Company today don't just want front end or back end developers; they want engineer who can build end to end problems, build end to end solutions. In other ways, basically nowadays companies are also kind of following the big tech SDE trend that they have set forth on. It's always like this. So whenever you will see that any big tech company take a step in that direction, other companies will follow, right? Because the whole tech market is being dominated by these companies, right? Be it Bang or Mang or other companies that are in the picture. Basically they control the market share. So any practice that they might follow, let's say that hiring patterns, the positions, the titles, the processes, right, other companies will also follow. So what I want to say here is that big tech companies had introduced this philosophy that SDE, software development engineers, would do everything. By everything, what I mean is that he or she would be responsible for front end, for back end, for DevOps, for deploying your solution, for testing your solution, for the cloud practices, and everything that is available. Right. So what I want to say here is that like this trend has been carried on in other companies as well. Nowadays, everybody is looking out for that SD role. Everybody wants that SD, right? So who can build end-to-end solutions? Okay. So basically nowadays the companies are looking for people who can build end-to-end solutions. The global market for full stack developers is growing at nearly 25% CAGR, with thousands of opening across startups and top tech giants. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Flipkart, and countless startups are aggressively hiring full stack developers, due to which they get faster promotions and higher salary hikes compared to other specialized ones. So the question isn't whether there are jobs, the question is, are you on the right path to get one? And the fastest way to transition into a full stack development role is with the structured guidance and a clear roadmap. Without it, you're just guessing. And that's where programs like Coding Ninja's Job Bootcamp come into picture. So Coding Ninja's Job Bootcamp is an AI infused curriculum that aligns with the industry needs. A 128% hike, average hike, is for the learners who complete the program, with a 95% of placement rate, because learning is useless if it does not get you placed or hired, right? It also has one-on-one doubt support from industry mentors, and one-on-one in mock interviews as well. Who wants to it is especially for those who wants to kind of experience the interview structure before giving an interview. And trust me on this, that everybody nowadays is kind of giving a mock interview before any real interview that they are facing. Mock interview has become the new trend, or the new normal, if I want to say like this. Okay. In just 9 months, thousands of learners have transitioned into high paying roles. The question is, do you want to be next? If you're serious about this transition, so I'll be sharing a form, and this is the form. So firstly, let me share it. It's a pretty standard form that is there. Okay. So it is just a pretty standard form. So where it is just asking some basic details that are there. So the details include your email address, your mobile number, the experience, like the basic question, are you looking forward to upskill or not? Obviously, you're looking, and the agenda to upskill. Okay. So this is a very simple form. So this form will be shared with your details with the Coding Ninjas team, and they will contact you individually, and you will be kind of provided with a personalized relationship manager. So this manager would be would be kind of firstly, you can say that getting the required things from your side, and then he will be matching you with the appropriate course or the program that is Coding Ninjas is offering, so that this program is specialized for you, so that you get the most benefit of this program or the course that the team would be suggesting. That is where I would just urge everybody who is serious about their career transition to just fill out this form, right? So if you're serious about making a transition, just fill out this form and the team will reach out to you. If you're eligible, you might even qualify for a limited time scholarship as well, right? So that is where, like, I will just say that just fill out this form while we are in this session, so that might be that it's your lucky day and you will also get some scholarship as well on the course or the program that you're looking out for, right? So I've already shared this form on the chat, and you can just fill it out. Okay. Now let's talk about quickly the recruitment process at Microsoft and other companies. Now, the recruitment process, why I am just discussing the recruitment process, because candidates here would be kind of unfamiliar. Majority of the candidates are unfamiliar that what is asked around the recruitment process, so that they can set the advocate targets. Firstly, they can also prepare like according to the hiring process, right? And they can also set a realistic target that is up for them, and they can also be aware around the current trend that is going on for the hiring. Okay, with that, let's just proceed. So this hiring process is not limited only to Microsoft. It is to all the Microsoft level companies that we are talking about. Okay, so what are Microsoft level companies? So basically you can assume FANG or MANG. Okay, the abbreviation. Majorly the like most of the companies would be following this pattern only. Okay, very few companies are there, let's say that some here and there, they might just waver off from this pattern that is there. So typical recruitment process at Microsoft or other companies looks like you will face 5 to 6 rounds of interviews. Okay, the first round being the online assessment round. Okay, the online assessment round contains around 2 to 3 questions. 2 to 3 questions are there, and the level of question is what? The level of question is medium or hard. Okay, don't worry about it. I will also make sure that this similar process is also, you will also get the real life interview experiences as well. I'll be showing you in at the end of our class, master class. I'll be sharing the real interview experiences as well, whom for the candidates those who have faced the interviews. Okay, so typically this is the structure. So first is your online assessment round, where you can say that 2 to 3 questions are asked, and the questions would be medium hard, and the topics of this question is that now there is a change here. So earlier what used to happen was that online assessment used to only contain problems from data structures, problem solving, and algorithms. Okay, DSA and problem solving was the kind of mixture for them. But nowadays what they are doing is that DSA is there. So they are also DSA is also kind of the you can say that the structure that they are following. Wait a minute, it will be not erased. Sorry. So DSA is also kind of they are following. Okay, DSA. Plus also they are giving you a task. Okay. Now this task is subjective. Okay. So what is this task and what are the things? I'll also discuss them. So basically you will get 2 questions of DSA, or maybe you can also get 1 question of DSA. But in majority of cases that I have seen, lastly, they have started introducing 2 questions of DSA. and the two questions of DSA are moderately hard. Okay, they are in the category of in between medium and hard. Basically, what will happen is that you will get a story like question, where firstly you have to understand that what the question is asking, what is the nature of the problem, how you can apply your logic, okay, and what is the suitable data structure that you can follow, which has the least time and space complexity that can solve this problem effectively. Okay, so that decision needs to be taken, and these two questions you have to kind of solve in, let's say, 90 minutes. Okay, because this task will also take individually 30 or 40 minutes in total, and the total test would be around 120 minutes or 150 minutes at max. I've seen only 120 minutes test, so majorly you can take it like 120 minutes. Okay, so 120 minutes you have to solve both of them. Okay, so two questions from DSA which are moderately hard. Okay, so you have to practice them. Okay, how you can practice them? You should be kind of practicing like questions in a story like format. So for that also I will be sharing some resources, don't worry about it. Okay, apart from that, nowadays what is happening is that, see, why this task based problem has been kind of you can say that started is because nowadays there are very specialized teams. So full stack person, full stack people or full stack teams needs that like the person coming in or the new candidate, or sorry, the new teammate that they are getting hired for, should be very well familiar with the front end and the back end. So how can they test it? So they can test it in the beginning only for the online, in the online assessment. So this task will be based on any of the thing. Either it will majorly it is a front end task, okay, where a digital playground is given to you, and in this digital playground you have to solve a front end question. What is the front end question? Maybe you have to write some React component, you have to build some you can say that build write some CSS or write some HTML as well. Okay, you have to also there will be a task, let's say that you have to create a calculator that will only do multiplication. Okay, example I'm just giving. Okay, it will not be like that, it will be more complex, but example I'm trying to give. Okay, and this task will like you can say that this task will also have some you can say test cases, as well as this DSA questions will have some test cases. So how you will be you can say that rated is that you have to solve you have to solve both the DSA questions and the task, okay, as per like in the most correct manner if you can. So if you are, let's say that in the DSA question, if you are fully able to solve the question, so you will be allotted 100 marks. If you are able to solve the question 80% or 70%, aggregate amount of percentage wise marks distribution would be carried out. Let's say 70%, they will be given 80 marks or 60 marks or like that. That would be the you can say the marks distribution. My recommendation is that you please solve these two DSA questions fully, and if you can just solve the task half or in like even half or like 75%, that would be good, because this is tricky part. Some test cases might not be very easily detectable. Okay, so that is the place where you should be very careful. Okay, now once you have cleared the online assessment, you can expect 4 technical rounds. There are 5 as well, but let's stick to 4 first. So the technical one and technical two, so T1, let's call this round 2 and round 3. So round 2 and round 3, so what are those? So these are data structure oriented round, DSA and problem solving. Okay, so you can assume that there will be 60 minutes and you will be given 2 questions. Now these 2 questions are fairly easy and medium. Okay, majorly you will see that medium questions are asked, so that you are so basically what they are looking for is they are looking that, let's say that if you are aware about a particular topic or not. So if you are aware about graphs, if you are aware about dynamic programming, if you are aware about let's say backtracking, so you will get a similar question that is moderately like you can say difficult, not very difficult question or not extremely difficult question, but you will say that it's moderate, not even difficult, it will be moderate. Okay, medium level questions would be asked. The intention of this round is that you should be familiar with the concept of problem solving, be it algorithm, be it let's say a technique, be it let's say any of the thing. Okay, and this question will be you will be able to solve, and by default it can be solved in that frame. Okay, let's say that 60 minutes you can solve this problem, but it will contain some logic, it will contain some data structure, hidden data structure, or it will contain some algorithm or technique or like that. Okay, so the requirement is like you will be given two questions, you have to solve them in 55 or 50 minutes, and rest of the time you will get for the introduction, your discussion, and any of the things. Let's say that they can also grill on your resume, they can also ask based on, let's say that some of the projects that you might have done. They can also ask you based on like the computer science fundamentals. They can also ask you that you can also do certain things based on the let's say that data, like you can say that basic stuff as well, or they can also give you some puzzles as well. Okay, so I have also faced sometimes that they have also given some puzzles. So you have to be very you can say you don't have to be very complacent about it, that yeah, so there won't be any type of puzzle or not. So you can assume that there would be like you can be expecting that multiple things can come. So okay, apart from that, apart from that uh, so yeah, 45 minutes, 50 minutes in, and two questions are there. Now what happens is, then once you have cleared this round, so there will be a round 4 as well. Now this round 4, nowadays, earlier round 4 used to be direct hiring manager round or other rounds that were there. But nowadays for everybody, they have made compulsory a low level design. So this low level design is based on your experience. Let's say that if you are a fresher, or let's say you have just passed out of the college, so you will be just asked simple services implementation, such as like you will be asked that design a parking lot, design a shopping cart, but it will be just test of your object oriented programming. Okay, they want to check that if you are comfortable in object oriented programming or not, if you are familiar with the concepts of oops or not. Okay, if you are able to apply them to solve the real world problems or not. That is what they're looking for. But if you are experienced person, let's say that you are having 3 plus more years of experience, 3 plus or 4 years plus more years of experience, so you can expect complicated questions, questions related to concurrency handling, questions related to scalability, questions related to multiple techniques can be asked. There you have to showcase your knowledge around system design, you have to showcase your knowledge around solid principles, you have to showcase your knowledge around design patterns. That is the most important thing: solid principles, design pattern, how you apply both of them in a combined manner, so that your low level design is at your experience level. Okay, it should not reflect that, let's say that if you have 6 years of experience, so you are not able to implement the design patterns that are existing in the market. Okay, if you are getting a question in, let's say that counter question is there, so you're not able to defend or justify. That should not be the case, because it looks pretty bad. And nowadays low level design is kind of considered very gray area for most of the companies, because everybody is comfortable in data structure and problem solving, because everybody knows that like DSN problem solving is going to come, right? Low level design, people just, or students just skip it. Nowadays they have realized the importance of LLD, but they are skipping it majority part, right? So that is where low level design, and this skill can only come with practice and more practice. It is not that you can just practice some set of questions and it will just come. No, you have to practice as many questions as you can, because you see, in data section and problem solving, we rely on patterns. We rely that if we have solved the previous question, it will be much similar to that. But in LLD, every question is a new situation. Situation is different. Okay, so that is where, because it's a real life problem. Some situations would be different. Some situation would require some different approach. So in this type of situation, depth of your knowledge comes into your rescue. How much deep knowledge you have in that subject, in that area, so that you are able to apply different solutions in a quick manner. If this design pattern is not working, so if can I just go with another design pattern? What will be the shortcomings? Okay, what is the downfall, or what are the cons? Then you have to implement and code it out as well according to the situation. You have to firstly implement the model, and then you have to implement the interfaces and a lot of things. Okay, talking about low level design only can lead to 3 or 4 hours, but I'm just trying to limit it in a high level. So low level design is kind of very important nowadays. People, some companies nowadays, what do they do is that to filter out the candidates in an early stage, in the online assessment only, instead of problem solving and other stuff, they will be just taking a low level design round. Okay, where you have to solve a given problem. This will include problem solving as well, but it will majorly involve your low level design skills, where you have to you can say that you have to design the solution in, let's say, 2 hours, in, let's say, 3 hours, or in, let's say, 1 hour, 90 minutes. You have to just design the holistic solution. Okay, and then with more experience, then people would expect that you should be knowing about concurrency, locking, multiple stuff. You cannot like assume that how much depth of knowledge is required. So this is where, like, I would just recommend everybody that LLD is a gray area for everybody right now. Practice LLD as much as possible. Okay, because this round will be decider. For majority of the cases, I have seen that majorly candidates get rejected at LLD or either in hiring manager round as well. We'll talk about the hiring manager in the next, as the next round. But low level design, majority of candidates will get rejected. The first 3 rounds, 80%, 90% candidate gets through. But R4 is like the major elimination factor these days. After round 4, what happens is that you have a discussion with the hiring manager. Okay, now the hiring manager round is a very typical round. Okay, candidates get rejected here as well. Sometimes I feel that there is no mistake from the candidates. Okay, because the thing is that hiring manager is looking for a particular set of skills that should be present in the team member. Okay, now what is happening is that you have excellently aced all of your rounds, but in this round you get rejected because of some vague reason, and that is possible. Okay, what goes behind the scenes is that, see, hiring manager has to manage a team of X members. Let's say there are 10 members in the team. The hiring manager is responsible for managing and allotting tasks and delivering things so that the product could perform in a better manner. Now comes the twist. So the hiring manager will have a philosophy, will have a mindset that, for me, this philosophy is getting my work done till now. This set of skills should be present in my team. Collaboration, let's say, or let's say that team bonding is good. So other skills, honesty is there. Other than that, he's also looking for problem solving. So there are a set of skills that the hiring manager is looking forward. Now this depends on company to company, team to team. Some companies like Microsoft, Google, they give some traits that you have to look forward in the candidate. I cannot reveal those traits, but there are some traits that are given pre-handedly over to us who are taking the recruitment or who are participating in the process. Okay, so the hiring manager has to look forward in this in the candidate these traits. So if the person is like, how he will kind of ask the questions, he will give you situational based questions. Situational based questions such as, tell us about a situation where you faced like where you had a fight with your senior. Okay, tell us about this situation, tell us about that situation, how did you deliver this project or product, what was your role, okay, what was your impact or contribution, other than that, how much was the team size. So he is also looking forward to multiple things. Okay, it depends on team to team. It depends on the hiring manager's philosophy. It also depends on the company's visions. Okay, so there is separate practice that you need to do for this type of round. Okay, so bifurcation of this round is that 30 minutes your psychometric test would be there, or basically assessment about your behavior and the traits that they're looking forward to. Other than that, the 30 minutes is reserved for problem solving. Either it can be low level design, either it can be problem solving, either it can be a discussion on your projects, but it can be like anything. Majorly it's like problem solving. Basically the manager is getting also the confirmation that problem solving is also, I have seen, as is shown by the candidate in the first 3 or 4 rounds. Okay, so that everybody has given the verdict that he is a hire. That is where it plays a role. Okay, majority of the candidates will get like, you can say that, rejected at this round. Earlier to this, LLD is also mass rejection happens, but majorly like R5 is the kind of rejecting ground. Okay, now there is also a very special round that happens in certain companies. Okay, let's say that so what is this round? So this is the bar raiser round. Okay, so multiple companies have given this round a new name. So Amazon used to call this round as bar raiser. Microsoft calls this double A round. Google called it googliness round. Other companies call it other companies have given their other names. Some companies have this round as the meet or greet. Some companies have like you can say some companies have different type of philosophies that are given. What is this round? So this round is taken by a senior person or a senior engineering manager, senior director, senior product manager. Basically, he will be kind of assessing, he will be giving you a final go. Okay, his job is to give the final go to the selected candidates. Let's say that in this is case where five candidates have qualified the process. Like only if you were not able to perform, but you did very good in R3, you did very good in R4, you did good in R5, and you did very well in R6, then only also you will get hired. But what is usual case is that, see, if you get any rejection or any no hire in any of the rounds, okay, you will not be hired. Why? Because the competition is very tough. First of all, majority number of candidates will be kind of getting all the hires. Okay, there will be people who will be getting all the hires, but the thing is that if you are able to perform very good in this bar raiser round, then it is counted as equivalent to 2 rounds. Sometimes even if you are given lean hire in 2 rounds, okay, and also this also you got lean hire. Lean hire means that the candidate was fine for hiring, but I feel that there is room for improvement, so there's a lean hire. Okay, where improvement is also there, but you can consider him for hiring. So this is a lean hire it is there, but it's a lean thing is given. Okay, let's say that if you get 2 lean hires and you perform excellent in like you can say bar is a, still you will be getting hired. Okay, that is the power of this round, or that is the weightage of this round. That is the bar is a round. Okay, so this is very important. So this is the basic structure of the interviews that is there. Okay, just give me one minute. Okay, now coming to AI tools that can help you. So there are a lot of tools that are there. Okay, so how AI tools is basically helping you in your SD job preparation is, see, firstly you have to treat AI as your friend. Okay, you can prepare with the help of AI, right? You can use chat gpt, or you can use DeepSeek, or you can use the LLM models to help you prepare for these companies. You can ask relative questions from AI. See, you can ask AI, like, can you give me some sample questions around hiring manager questions that are hiring manager questions that are asked in big tech companies like Microsoft, Google, or like that. You give the advocate prompt that is required for this LLM models to process, so that you will get the desired answers, so that you will get a help in your journey. You can also ask questions from different topics. Let's say, what are the top DBMS questions? Let's say that you have only very limited time, okay, to prepare for any type of interview, but you have to prepare. How will you do it? Instead of web scraping the internet, you just ask AI, right? So that you will be able to save time as well, and you will be also getting the required information. I also prepare like this. Let's say that if I have some interviews, I will be just going forward with you can say that ChatGPT or DeepSeek. Sometimes the answer is wrong. I have to cross verify as well at sometimes. But the thing that I know for revision purposes, it's very good. Okay, so that is where like AI can be firstly helpful. Second is, let's say that there whenever you want to go with low level design, or whenever you want to go with like system design practice, AI is very much helpful. Now AI will suggest you the, let's say the design patterns that you can apply to that situation. He or she can also give you the low level design code as well, which will contain services, which will contain multiple things that are responsible for solving the problem. You will get multiple approaches as well. Let's say that you could have used proxy design pattern in this case. You could also use factory as abstract factory. What is the pro of using abstract factory? What is the con of using abstract factory? And what is the con of using this like around this question or this is like sorry this what is that, this the design pattern or not. Okay, so there are multiple things that you can do. Other than that, with the help of you can say mid journey, and nowadays with like the image processing tools, you can also create web charts or your flow charts for your system design or the low level design that you are going to implement. Now this is also coming in handy because this is easing your process. Okay, if you want to, let's say that if you want to do some office work, let's say that there is some file that you need some help with, there is some logic that you want to write, you just give them the look, you can say that the design doc. Okay, let's say that you have to design a service and there is a design doc that is existing, so you can just give the design doc as the input, and then you will be able to get a rough idea or a boilerplate of code even for the service that you want to build with that design doc. So basically it's like helping you here and there. Okay, if you want to let's say that if you want to generate some other stuff, you can also do that. Okay, you want to generate some other model, you want to generate some reports, you want to generate some data values, right? It will also help you to generate that as well. Okay, so that is where in a nutshell AI is helping you. Whether it's your interview preparation, whether it's your you can say that office work, whether it's your you can say that other stuff as well. Okay, if you want to learn a new language, if you want to become a everybody who wants to kind of you can say that prepare for tech interviews. Okay, so I will share that again. So in this website, as you can see, you can prepare topic wise. You can also prepare fundamental programming, fundamental data structure, advanced algorithm. Multiple topics are also there that you can prepare. Okay, so this is the topic. So JavaScript, if you want to prepare, you can prepare them. You can prepare if you want to prepare SQL databases, you can also prepare it. Okay, there is also interview prep, interview experiences. If you want to get some interview experience of some company, you can also get it. Let's say we go for phone pay, so you will see that there what was the, like you can say, interview experience for this company. Okay, so you will see that there was a video call, and then there was a question that most stones removed from the same column. It is a simple you can say that okay, union find. Okay, makes sense, disjoint set pattern. Okay, so this is basically a interview structure that you can also follow. So there is various interview experiences. So interview experiences are given by the candidates who have recently attended the interview. You can take a look and you can also follow the same. Okay, okay. That is the thing. So this is also a very important website that you can also take. Okay. So question and answers. So before moving to question and answers, so before we deep dive into question and answers, a quick reminder for those who have missed it. So Coding Ninjas full stack web development job bootcamp is a 9-month program that is designed to get you job ready with expert training, interview prep, and placement support until you land your first role. So if you want to know more, you can just fill out the form that is shared. Okay, and the team will get in contact with you. Okay, this is a very simple form that exists, and you can see that there are very simple questions that are asked. Okay, so your email address, your mobile number, your experience, are you looking to forward to upskill or not, and what is the agenda to upskill. Okay, so you can just fill out the form and the team will get in contact with you. Okay, with that, let's proceed to some question and answers. You can just post the questions on the chat and we can just talk about it. So Ashwani Patel says that how to switch from small scale M to MNCs. So basically, so as I mentioned that you have to follow up your journey. So basically, you have to start with problem solving, data structures, problem solving. Then you should progress to full stack web development, or let's say that for some web projects that you want to do, then you will be able to make a pathway, and then you can just you can say that start applying for interviews, start giving interviews. And then basically they want to ask both, like they want to ask problem solving data structures, and they also want to ask some projects. So that is where, like I have just suggested, that firstly you should focus on picking up a language, be it Java or either C Sharp, C++. I would suggest Java is one. Practice data structures in Java. Okay, practice of algorithms in Java. Then you can go with full stack development and being Java as your backend or Node.js as your backend. If you want to progress, both are good. Okay, other than that, you have to make a selection, either React or either Angular or either any of the front end library that you want to use. Okay, you should be very comfortable in JavaScript. React is the most in demand right now. Okay, so or next is there, so you can also go with that. Okay, I am applying, but my resume is not getting shortlisted. I am facing rejection in every case. Abdul Rahman. So basically, this is a very common scenario that is happening. But there are some specific times, Abdul. So you have to share your resume during those specific times. This is a good time for you to share the resume, because at this time, quarter 1 is taking place. So this in this quarter, some new requirements would be taken up, and the team or the company would be planning in to hire new recruits. Okay, this quarter and second quarter. So 6 months you have. In this 6 months, you can apply over LinkedIn or other portals, job hunting portals that are there. You will get the maximum response in these 6 months or the 2 quarters. Okay, ask for referrals. Okay, ask for multiple things. Contact employees over LinkedIn, bug them by hook or crook. Just get their attention. Okay, then you should be able to be in a good state. Live experience React, but I'm not feeling confident. It's not a problem, Abdur. Even I am not very confident after 6 years of experience, because the thing is that nobody knows that interviewer can ask any type of question. But the thing is that you should be able to, you should be kind of have some basic knowledge. Your basics should always be clear so that you can formulate your logic based on your basics. The situation might get different, but if your basics are clear, then it would be great. You will not feel very difficult or different from other interviews. Okay, clear your basics, revise your topics, give mock interviews. You can overcome your underconfidence, okay, or even overconfidence also by giving mock interviews. By testing yourself constantly, only you will get that assurance, yeah, I am on the right track. How you will test yourself, either in online assessment or either in mock interviews. Okay, best thing would be that you get yourself enrolled into career bootcamp, so that by default 15 or x amount of you can say that sessions are allotted to you. That includes your mock interviews as well. More details would be given by the team. I guess we have like someone from the team also that is here with us, so he will or she will kind of give you or share the required details, right? Deep Singh is saying, I don't have experience. No problem, Deep Singh. Okay. So 6 semester BTech, 3 year college, should we directly apply to Microsoft for or doing MTech in government college? Basically, it's your Ashutosh, it's your choice. Even if you want to go for MTech, MTech is also a good option. If you want to directly apply, nobody's stopping you. Okay. Nobody is stopping you to directly apply. Okay. Nobody is stopping you. Ashutosh, you need to kind of take referrals. Okay, you have to take referrals. See, the thing is that what happens in an interview, sorry, what happens in whenever you apply for a job is that when, let's say, for in Microsoft, what used to happen, if one job is kind of open, we used to get 20,000 applications in the first 5 minutes only. Okay, out of those 20,000 applicants, what will happen is like these 20,000 applications would not be screened. Okay, there is a queue. In this queue, there is given some priority, and your resume is parsed. Okay, and a score is allotted to your resume. Firstly, get your resume checked. Okay, ATS parser are available over the net, over the internet. Get your resumes checked on that, so that you are aware that how much score is kind of your resume is getting, so that you can improve also. There are multiple videos on internet that you can find how to check your resume scores. Please take it. Okay, other than that, now what will happen is that if you even get a decent resume score, other things would matter. Your experience, your years of experience, if you have taken referral or not, if you are having big tech experience or not. There would be many people who would be either in Amazon or even either in Google or either in other big companies, who will be applying for good these type of companies. Okay, and they apply. Okay, you will not see people once they get into Google, then they will go for Microsoft. Once they get into Microsoft, they will get into Facebook. Once they get into Facebook, they will again go to Google. This keeps on happening. There is no end to it. Okay, the thing is that you can only see, it's also luck. Either you also kind of what I used to do, I used to send friend request to all the recruiters of that company. Let's say that if I want to apply to Microsoft, I will be like you can sending connection request to all the Microsoft recruiters in India. Okay. If I want to apply to Oracle, I would be sending out request to all the HR recruiters of Oracle. Firstly, that is the thing. The second thing is that send out connection request to hiring managers, senior folks, senior hiring managers, because what happens is once your resume is getting shortlisted from the HR, then what will happen is that then your resume would be sent to the hiring manager. Let's say that the HR shortlists 100 resumes, the hiring manager would only shortlist 10 resumes, because hiring process is a very long process and is a very time taking process. If you see, 10 people would be having 6 rounds, 60 hours of human effort is going behind this. So strategic planning is needs to be taken place. Okay, in 2 weeks of time or in 1 week of time, different team members needs to get engaged, so the business hours are getting impacted. So the hiring manager also kind of has to plan these things, hiring activity as well as this. Okay, so that is where you will see that majorly weekend drives or drives are taking place in either on the Saturdays or Sundays. Okay, Sundays are also now coming into picture, or either in the Fridays. Okay, that is a place that you will see. And one important point that I want to address that I just forgot. See, in online assessment or in online interviews, I would request everybody, please don't use malpractices. Okay. Nowadays, what is happening is that people are using AI because setup is online. You can say that they are cheating excessively. Because of this, companies have started to call candidates face to face or for face to face interviews. Now, what are the disadvantages of face to face interviews? Okay, what used to happen earlier, if a company, let's say Microsoft or Salesforce or any of the company, they are in Bangalore or they are in Hyderabad. Okay, they used to give preference to the local candidates. 80-90% of the population that will get you can say interviewed was local. Very few candidates that were outside were kind of given the opportunity. Okay, because of more and more cases of cheating, people are getting caught. People are once they get into the system and they are not able to perform according to the expectations, then they realize that they had cheated their way. This has happened, and they people have now followed this strategy. What companies are doing is that companies are kind of making shifting back to the like older interview process, that is the face to face interviews. So it's my humble request, it would be your loss only if you are, let's say, in your hometown, okay, and you want to apply to big tech companies, you will never get that opportunity. But in today's setup, if even if you are in remote of the parts of India, still you can dream to work, or you can think of working at big tech companies like Google, Amazon, Facebook, Microsoft. Even Facebook has now come to India, and they are offering base salaries of 1 crore. Can you imagine 1 crore of base salaries? So I would just request everybody not to like fall into this malpractice of cheating or using AI. Okay, because if you kind of take help at any stage, mind me, you will get eventually caught here and there. Okay, either in the company or either in the earlier steps only, you will get caught, because they are also now enforcing plagiarism on a very good level. They are checking for AI stuff on a lot good level. And the questions are also designed in a manner so that no you can say that very minimal very minimal AI usage can be taken place. Okay, so that is where I'll just finish up with this thing, this good note, that please don't fall into this malpractice. Okay, so that you are on a good track. Okay, other than that, so I can see that there are a lot of questions related to the job boot camp. Okay, so So I would like to call out our program expert from Coding Ninjas team, and they are just going to take 10 more minutes of yours, and they are just going to explain how this job bootcamp can be helpful in your career transition. So I believe that Coding Ninjas team can take it.
Yeah, sure. So, first of all, thank you so much, Pranav, for such an insightful and informative session. And yes, as we are getting a lots of questions around the job bootcamp by Coding Ninjas. So for that, let me introduce our program manager, Mr. Pinku Pandey. He'll be just taking another 10 minutes explaining bootcamp, how this would be helpful for the people